All right, hey guys, I am back for hole number 6 of the expert division. Now, kind of something to think about is with the Pak 4, I don't necessarily have the best topspin. I'm not really sure what the wind's going to look like. I'm just trying to think here in terms of what I want to do. I have good topspin, I just don't have good distance carry. I am going to switch over to quarterback here. Probably throw on a navigator ball. And this is more than anything. Now, I am going to switch for sniper here because distance isn't really the utmost important thing here. So here you're going to see me reverting back to this bag, which is a very common bag for me. I'm going to unlock this. As you can see, I need one more pin chest. So I'm going to try to get a pin chest and a victory. Fill up my home screen. Take care of that pin chest. And that way I can just forfeit out from there for the rest of the guide and make sure that I don't qualify or put myself in any position to. So I can kind of reevaluate the holes for tomorrow and hopefully get all these holes. So one of the things that I do on this drive is I usually put all my momentum to the right and set up right here. Length isn't really a very important factor when thinking about this drive. So I'm not going to do any extra power. I'm not going to do really anything extra at all. I'm just going to go here and go about 7, 8 rings here and just curl it to kind of counter those extra 2 rings that I'm not going. Just to kind of straighten my line out and just kind of shoot this gap. And the reason that, I'm going with quarterback here is to keep the ball in play. It's the most important factor out of anything. It's just hitting the ball in play up into that gap there to be safe, to give yourself the best chance to kind of shoot it at the green. And of course, the longer you go there, the better. You don't want to lay up too much shorter than where I am, but you can. The biggest thing about being short there is the fact that you'll need to kind of be cutting off that angle the shorter you are, and you don't really want that from happening. And the reason that I switched to quarterback from a Pak, it just makes aiming easier. There's less guesswork, but as you can see, this guy hits perfect ball anyway. Ooh, just ever so. And this is one of the reasons, this is why I say don't overexert this shot. It doesn't require getting to the end of the fairway. As you can see where I am more than good enough here. So I don't need to go up there. So that's one of the reasons that I encourage you guys to be a little bit on the cautious side, because you're seeing my opponent here hit an unnecessary shot and having to recover out of the rough because of it. Now keep in mind when you are here that you're going to be more towards mid-club. So I'm only going to pull back about 8 rings here. Great ball left. It's not going to be the end of the world, but it might push me out to the left. And there you're seeing it pushed out to the left. And my distance control was pretty good there. So would have had a chance to hopefully lip in had I been able to execute that. And as you can see, this guy's not dead. He doesn't even need to go into power, top spin, but it looks like he might anyway. I'd kind of strongly encourage, if you're here and 6, 7 rings is probably the point that it's going to land. So what he's doing is he's carrying it too much into this neck. Let's see if he pulls it off. He does. So it's fine, but you got to be a little cautious doing it that way. He got lucky. I think he might even realize that with his comments. because I don't think he expected a good ball to kind of save him. But I guess what I'm kind of trying to say here is, did you see how with his power shot he was going more into the neck with his landing zone? He could have just easily landed it on the front of that fairway with no power and got it to, you know, gave him that margin of error to miss by 2 or 3 rings on either side easily and still one hop it onto the green. So just keep that in mind if you do run into a little bit of trouble, not to be thinking that you need to do too much there. Just worry about getting it out of trouble more so than anything, as opposed to trying to pick a landing zone that's way up there into the narrowest part of the green. So here you're going to see me probably do right around 3 bars of backspin because it's so into the wind. Another thing that I'm also going to do is kind of set up my ball guide past the hole before even adjusting. So as you can kind of see the way that, you know, that ball guide's a little bit misleading. It's probably going to play more like this. So I'm going to play right around here and then go right around 10 rings. So I'm playing a little extra ring here because I think the shot is probably going to call for it because of, you know, and I was pretty spot on, except I hit a great ball to the right. So the logic behind there as to why I'm going like 10 rings instead of 9 is because when you're straight into the wind like that, plus, you know, it's shortening your ball trail, it's kind of condensing that ball guide, is, you know, it's not going to quite carry at full distance. Plus all those secondary hops are going to be condensed. So that's why you see me taking off so much backspin. You know, 3.5 is going to be all that you're going to want there for backspin wise when you're straight into the wind like this. And here you're kind of seeing why. You see how the ball just stops when it hits the green there? So that's one of the reasons that, you know, that you just want to keep off of that. Keep from doing, ooh, that is a good thing I unlocked. Hey, good thing I opened that spot. So you're seeing me get my platinum chest finally. It's a good sign to be getting those. Plus I also have this to unlock. Let's see if I get anything good here. Amazon, I'll take it. Once that Amazon gets up to a 6, it starts turning into a pretty decent monster for a very conditional club. On long par 5s, you can, you know, throw that on and get yourself out of a lot of trouble. In fact, if you haven't seen my hook slice tutorial part 2, you might want to check that out, as I do pull out Amazon to show you kind of briefly how to navigate with that club as well in the hook slice, because the things you can do with that club are ridiculous. They're just insane. So something to keep in mind is, you know, conditionally putting that in your bag from time to time. But anyway, I am going to set up my bag here momentarily for hole number 7. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next one. Good luck with that hole. Hopefully you guys can keep yourself out of trouble, foremost. But secondly, hopefully you can give yourself a nice run, that sniper eagle there. So good luck there, and let me know how it goes. I'll see you guys on the next one.